This is the Amazon, the world's largest rainforest. No matter where you are on Earth today, this forest plays a vital role in sustaining life on our planet. Yet, it still harbors countless unknown mysteries within its depths, from anacondas and poison dart frogs to man-eating tribes. It is a forest where sunlight struggles to penetrate the canopy and which remains largely elusive to modern science. Surprisingly, however, a vast civilization once flourished right here, amidst this jungle shrouded in mystery and mortal danger. Today, almost no trace of that civilization remains. Where did they vanish? And how did the Amazon rainforest itself come into existence? Hello, I am from past and present USA, and you are watching Romanchopedia. Today, Romanchopedia takes you on a journey to the world's most mysterious rainforest. You will learn a great deal from this video, so be sure to watch it to the very end. To grasp the sheer scale of the Amazon, we first need to look at its size. Here is the continent of South America, and the Amazon rainforest spans a vast portion of it. The forest covers an area of approximately 5.5 million square kilometers. To put that in perspective, if you were to exclude Russia and try to fit the rest of Europe inside the Amazon, it would fit with ease. The forest extends across 9 countries: Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. However, about 60% of the forest lies within Brazil. In northern Brazil, there are vast regions where, for thousands of kilometers in every direction, nothing but jungle and rivers can be seen. Yet, do you know what is truly surprising? Millions of people live within this formidable rainforest. For example, the city of Manaus in Brazil is a prime example. Situated right in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, this city is home to over 2 million people. What is truly astonishing is that, despite being such a large city, it is surrounded by nothing but dense jungle. In many areas, roads have not even been built yet. River transport remains the primary mode of travel, as constructing a road network within the Amazon is extremely difficult. Consequently, it can take anywhere from a few hours to several days for people to travel from one place to another by boat. For many villages, the river is the only route available. Everything from going to school and shopping to transporting the sick to the hospital is done by boat. Floating villages can also be found in some areas. During the rainy season, when river levels rise, the entire landscape transforms, with many areas becoming completely submerged. The lives of the local people differ significantly from those in the outside world. In many parts of the Amazon, people still survive by fishing, hunting, and relying on the forest. Electricity and the internet have yet to reach many of these areas. Yet, remarkably, they have adapted their lives to this challenging environment. For to them, it is not merely a jungle, it is their entire world. The forest is so vast that its expanse of green is clearly visible even from space. It is the richest ecosystem on Earth, not only in terms of size, but also in biodiversity. Surprisingly, the Amazon is home to approximately 10% of all known plant and animal species on the planet. It hosts over 40,000 plant species, 1,300 bird species, more than 400 mammal species, over 3,000 fish species, and hundreds of thousands of insect species. Scientists believe there are still many species in the Amazon waiting to be discovered. In other words, deep within this forest lie plants and animals whose existence remains unknown to the modern world. These parts of the Amazon rainforest make one thing clear. No matter how advanced humans become, uncertainty never completely vanishes. Here, people live by adapting to nature. When the natural world around you is unpredictable, being prepared becomes an integral part of survival, and this holds true for our own lives as well. We spend years building careers, establishing routines, saving money, and planning for the future. Yet, many people still do not consider their financial security. This is precisely why term insurance has become so important for many families today. it is not about assuming that something bad will inevitably happen to you. Rather, it is about the responsibility of planning for the future and ensuring the financial security of those who depend on you. And the most interesting part is that obtaining term insurance is incredibly easy these days. You can secure coverage of up to 1 crore rupees by spending just 500 to 600 rupees per month. Moreover, this brand boasts a claim settlement ratio of 99.7%. Eligible claims are settled within just 3 hours. There are also premium discounts available for salaried individuals and women. Additionally, various riders are available to provide extra protection tailored to your needs. So now is the right time to consider term insurance. How does it work, and how can you secure your family's future? You really ought to know all about this. Check out the link provided in the description box. And do you know about another interesting thing? Suppose you are in Kolkata today. If you want to see biodiversity, something a bit different, the Amazon ecosystem is so complex that the wildlife in 2 locations just a few kilometers apart can be completely different. In some places, you might find only poison dart frogs. Elsewhere, there are massive anacondas or bizarre venomous spiders. To see a truly different range of flora and fauna, you would need to travel at least 200 to 300 kilometers away from your current location. Down on the dark forest floor, fearsome snakes, frogs, and countless fungi and bacteria sustain this entire ecosystem. And therein lies the most fascinating aspect of the Amazon. This jungle is not merely teeming with wildlife. It is practically a living machine. Here, every tree, every insect, and every river is interconnected. If even a single species were to vanish, the balance of the entire ecosystem could be disrupted. The Amazon rainforest is often referred to as the lungs of the earth because it absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide. According to scientific estimates, this single forest generates approximately 20% of the Earth's total oxygen. However, it would be technically incorrect to say that it only produces oxygen, as this rainforest also consumes a significant amount of oxygen itself. Yet, the role of this forest in maintaining the Earth's climate and preserving biodiversity remains immense. But the question arises, how did this vast rainforest come into existence? To find the answer, we must look back tens of millions of years. About 100 million years ago, the map of the Earth did not look the way it does today. At that time, South America and Africa were joined together. The Atlantic Ocean did not exist in between. At one point, South America and Africa began to separate due to the movement of tectonic plates. Gradually, the Atlantic Ocean formed in the intervening space. But that was not all. During this same period, a massive change also occurred on the western side of South America. Driven by tectonic activity within the Earth, the Andes mountain range began to form gradually. The formation of the Andes Mountains completely altered the region's landscape. This transformation occurred when the oceanic plate began subducting beneath the South American continental plate. This geological process is known as subduction. It caused the Andes to rise over millions of years. Interestingly, before the Andes were formed, the rivers flowed in the exact opposite direction. Their waters used to flow eastward and empty into the Pacific Ocean. However, the Andes Mountains gradually rose to such a height that the passage was blocked. Consequently, vast amounts of water became trapped in the interior of South America, forming an immense wetland and freshwater lake system. Over the following millennia, river silt began to accumulate in the area. The climate was extremely hot and humid, with heavy rainfall due to its proximity to the equator, intense heat, abundant water, and fertile sediment. The combination of these 3 factors caused vegetation in the region to grow rapidly. Gradually, the entire area transformed into a dense tropical rainforest. Accompanying this transformation was the birth of the world's largest river system, the Amazon River System. The Amazon River itself is a phenomenon shrouded in mystery. It spans a length of approximately 6,400 kilometers. Many scientists also refer to it as the longest river in the world, although there is some debate regarding this when compared to the Nile. However, there is no dispute about the fact that the Amazon carries the largest volume of water of any river on Earth. If one were to consider all the rivers in the world today, the Amazon alone accounts for approximately 20% of the total fresh water discharged into the oceans. Let me give you a brief example to illustrate the sheer power of this river. The volume of water pouring from the Amazon River into the Atlantic Ocean every second is so immense that the ocean's salinity drops for hundreds of kilometers. In other words, the influx of fresh water reduces the salinity of the seawater. During the monsoon season, the river transforms completely. Vast quantities of rainwater rush down from the mountainous regions, causing the river to swell to such an extent that its width reaches 40 to 50 kilometers in many places. Viewed from a distance, it no longer even looks like a river. It might feel as though you are standing on the seashore. However, the Amazon is not merely a single river. Thousands of tributaries are connected to it. Massive rivers like the Rio Negro, Madeira, Tapajos, and Xingu merge with the Amazon. The entire system is so complex that it forms one of the world's largest natural circulation networks. These rivers do not just carry water. These rivers sustain the entire rainforest. In some places, they provide a supply of fish. In others, they deposit fertile alluvial soil. Elsewhere, they trigger floods that foster new biodiversity. During the rainy season, vast areas of the forest become completely submerged, and you might occasionally spot boats navigating right through the trees. In essence, the Amazon rainforest and the Amazon River are inseparable. They complement each other perfectly. Another crucial aspect of the Amazon is its climate system. This rainforest generates its own weather. Yes, it may sound surprising, but it is true. The trees of the Amazon release vast amounts of water into the air every day, a process known as transpiration. Collectively, the billions of trees in the Amazon release approximately 20 billion tons of water into the atmosphere daily. As a result, a massive layer of water vapor forms over the rainforest. Later, that vapor turns into clouds and returns as rain. In other words, the Amazon generates its own rainfall. That is why the region receives between 2,000 and 3,000 millimeters of rain annually, with precipitation occurring almost daily in many areas. This constant heat and humidity create an environment within the forest where life flourishes at an incredible pace. Yet, the forest is as dangerous as it is beautiful. The Amazon is home to countless creatures that rank among the deadliest species on Earth. Take the poison dart frog, for instance. This tiny frog looks incredibly colorful and harmless, yet it carries toxins potent enough to kill several humans. Then there's the green anaconda, the world's heaviest and largest snake, which can grow up to 25 to 30 feet in length. Lurking in the Amazon's wetlands, it can attack massive animals like deer and even jaguars. Speaking of jaguars, it is one of the most powerful predators in the Amazon rainforest. Its bite is so powerful that it can even crush a turtle's shell. However, you might be surprised to learn that the tiny insects of the Amazon are even more dangerous than these massive creatures. Mosquitoes, bullet ants, botflies, and electric eels found in this jungle can be deadly to humans. The sting of the bullet ant is considered the most painful insect sting in the world. Those who have been bitten by it say that the sensation feels like being shot, and the electric eels you see here can deliver an electric shock of up to 600 volts, whereas the electrical lines in our homes carry only 240 volts. Yet, despite such dangers, people have inhabited this jungle for thousands of years. Even today, more than 400 indigenous tribes live in the Amazon, most of whom have very little contact with modern civilization. Some tribes remain completely isolated, with no contact whatsoever with the outside world. Their way of life would seem incredible to us. They do not view the jungle merely as a place to live, but rather as a living entity. They have acquired, over generations, a vast amount of knowledge regarding which plants are medicinal, which animals are dangerous, and which rivers teem with fish. Remarkably, many vital ingredients used in modern medicine are derived from Amazonian plants. Scientists believe that the forest still harbors countless plant species containing chemical compounds that could potentially be used to treat cancer or other major diseases in the future. Yet, there is an irony here. Humans are currently destroying a forest that holds the key to many future medical cures. Today, the greatest threat facing the vast Amazon rainforest is deforestation. The forest has been cleared at an alarming rate, particularly over the last few decades. The primary cause is cattle ranching, which involves burning down vast tracts of forest to create open land for raising livestock. Furthermore, millions of hectares of land have been cleared for soybean farming. This soy is primarily exported for use as animal feed. Alongside this, illegal logging and mining have further exacerbated the situation. Roads are being constructed deep within the forest to extract valuable timber, and once a road is built, the forest in the entire area is gradually destroyed. Mining operations do more than just fell trees. They contaminate rivers with toxic chemicals like mercury, changes that are most alarmingly visible in satellite imagery. Where lush green rainforests once stretched across the horizon, there are now vast, barren expanses. And you would be shocked to learn that every minute, an area of forest equivalent to several football fields is being lost here. This deforestation is not merely reducing the number of trees, it is destabilizing the entire local climate system. This is because cutting down trees reduces transpiration, which in turn leads to less rainfall. Reduced rainfall causes the forest to dry out further. If this cycle continues, the rainforest could transform entirely into a savanna ecosystem. Scientists call this the Amazon tipping point. Let me explain the concept of a tipping point in simple terms. Any system remains stable up to a certain limit. However, every system has a critical point. Amazon rainforest, which, if crossed, causes the entire system to collapse. In other words, there is no way to turn back from that point. Scientists fear that, and if the Amazon rainforest continues to suffer from such excessive deforestation, a time may come when it ceases to exist as a rainforest altogether. The impact of this would extend far beyond South America, affecting the entire globe. However, the mysteries of the Amazon are not limited merely to its fearsome wildlife, colossal trees, or its unique ecosystem. Discoveries made within this jungle have completely transformed many long-held beliefs among historians, archaeologists, and even scientists. For years, the prevailing view was that it was impossible for a major civilization to develop within the vast Amazon rainforest. Furthermore, the soil was considered infertile. While the surface supported massive vegetation, the underlying layers were deemed unsuitable for agriculture. The massive trees here rapidly absorb whatever nutrients are available in the soil, making agriculture impossible. And where agriculture cannot flourish, the rise of a major civilization is virtually impossible. For this very reason, it was long believed that while small tribes might have existed in the Amazon, an advanced civilization never did. However, discoveries made over the last few decades have completely altered this perception. Satellite imaging and LiDAR technology, in particular, have revolutionized the entire scenario. The way LiDAR works is quite fascinating. Thousands of laser pulses are beamed from an aircraft or drone toward the forest. These lasers pass through the gaps in the tree canopy, strike the ground, and bounce back. Computers then analyze this data to generate a 3D map of the forest floor. When scientists employed this technology in parts of the Amazon, they were absolutely astounded. Hidden beneath the dense jungle lay traces of vast, ancient civilizations. Elsewhere, there are villages laid out in circular patterns. Evidence has been found of vast layouts, massive platforms, and even canals and water management systems. This indicates that thousands of years ago, the Amazon rainforest was home not merely to scattered inhabitants, but to an organized, well-structured civilization. Some archaeologists believe that hundreds of thousands of people may have lived in the Amazon basin long before Europeans arrived in South America. But the question now arises: if people did indeed inhabit this region, where have they gone? A large number of scientists believe that the arrival of Europeans had a massive impact on the local ecosystem, primarily because they brought numerous diseases and ailments with them. Diseases like smallpox and measles spread devastatingly among the indigenous populations, who possessed no immunity against them. Consequently, within just a few decades, the millions of people inhabiting the Amazon were wiped out. Villages were abandoned, and gradually, the rainforest reclaimed everything. This brings us to another incredible mystery of the Amazon: Terra Preta. In Portuguese, Terra Preta means black earth. In certain parts of the Amazon, scientists have discovered a peculiar type of soil that is far more fertile than the surrounding rainforest soil. Crops thrive in this soil, and its fertility does not diminish even after hundreds of years. Initially, scientists believed it to be a natural phenomenon, but subsequent research revealed that the soil is actually man-made. People of ancient Amazonian civilizations gradually created this soil by mixing charcoal, animal bones, food scraps, and organic matter. This means that thousands of years ago, they developed an agricultural technology that even modern science has not been able to fully replicate. And the most interesting part is that terra preta has now become crucial to climate science. This is because this charcoal-based soil can retain carbon for a long time. It implies that the ancient Amazonian people, perhaps unknowingly, created a system capable of sequestering carbon. This demonstrates that the Amazon is not merely the world's largest rainforest, it is also a remarkable example of human innovation. Furthermore, there may well be many mysteries hidden beneath the forest canopy that we cannot even begin to imagine. But do you know about another fascinating aspect of the rainforest? The sounds of the forest are completely different during the day. At night, however, the atmosphere changes completely. The sounds of thousands of creatures, insects, birds, monkeys, and frogs, blend together to create an environment that is both strangely beautiful and terrifying. The Amazon at night is also considered one of the most dangerous places on Earth. This is because the dense canopy prevents sunlight from reaching the forest floor in many areas. Let me explain the canopy a bit. The trees in the rainforest are so tall and dense that they form a massive green roof over the forest. This is what is known as the canopy. Many trees here reach heights of 60 to 70 meters. Furthermore, the ecosystem differs at every level: the upper canopy, the middle layer, and the forest floor. In essence, distinct worlds have formed horizontally within the rainforest itself. Now, a question might arise in your mind. Given how advanced modern science has become today, why haven't we been able to fully explore this forest yet? In many parts of the Amazon, the vegetation is so dense that visibility is limited to just a few meters ahead. GPS signals weaken here, making it difficult for satellites to discern what lies beneath the canopy. Added to this are extreme humidity, unknown pathogens, and a host of dangerous, venomous creatures. Moreover, river routes often provide the only means of access to many areas of the forest. Consequently, vast stretches of the Amazon remain virtually unexplored to this day, and new species continue to be discovered there every year. New species of frogs, fish, insects, and plants, discoveries are frequently made here that science has never encountered before. Beyond this, the Amazon rainforest is also vital to the global economy. The world's major coffee, cocoa, soybean, and beef industries are indirectly linked to the Amazon region. Furthermore, the forest here acts as a massive carbon sink, absorbing carbon from the atmosphere and helping to mitigate climate change. However, in recent times, this forest has become a playground for global politics. The Western world wants to protect this rainforest. However, Brazil, which holds the largest portion of the forest, believes it can utilize the area for its own economic development. Consequently, the Brazilian government does not take stringent measures to save the forest. It remains to be seen how the situation will unfold in the future. After all, the Western world is currently developed. Will they really spare a thought for the people of economically lagging nations like Brazil? Regardless of what the future holds, it is the duty of each one of us to preserve this forest. After all, let us not forget that it is the lungs of our planet. You have watched the video this far, but do not forget about the safety of your own family. A link for term insurance is provided in the description box. Do check it out. How did you find the story of this mysterious forest? The Pacific Ocean is one of the world's most mysterious places. Much like the Amazon rainforest, it conceals countless unknown secrets beneath its vast blue waters. Watch this video to learn more details about this. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. You can also join our channel. The link is provided in the description box. See you in the next video. Until then, stay well and healthy. This is Past and Present USA signing off.